Hey everybody, this is Johnny from Lazy Goblins. I am the lead designer, creative director, all that fun stuff. I'm sure you guys know the story. I just wanted to do a quick video today and talk about roadblocks and how just when you think you have things figured out and things seem to be going just the way you picture them, life seems to throw things right in your way. It's like they like to play this game where it's like, oh, you think you know what you're gonna do? You think you have a plan? Not anymore. And now you're at a crossroad. So I'm gonna talk to him the importance about what it is that you need to focus on and how to stay true to your path of what you want to succeed in. So I'm sure you're wondering right now, well, what roadblock, what happened to you? Like, what is it that brought you to this video? What made you want to do this video? So going along, working on the game with Cody over at Lazy Goblins. We're working on this project that we've talked to you guys about, and out of the blue, I'm doing an event and I meet somebody, and really great person, and they have an opportunity for me. It's a great opportunity for my career. Completely something different I'm doing now. Something I thought of kind of about doing sometimes. So it was just out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it, wasn't looking for it. I was on the path. I knew what I wanted to do. You know, you're like, I got it. I'm working hard on this game. It's going to take off. We're going to do this. And I already knew the next game coming down the pike after that, and then the next one after that. So we are ready. You know, we're starting the YouTube channel. We're doing more and more videos. We're getting everything success that way, like trying to build up that success, I should say, more than anything. And so I don't know where this thing comes up, and pops up in my life. So it's been going on for about a week now. Had a meeting with a couple people to talk about the possibilities, what the job could be. It's not what I want though, right? It's not in games, I'll tell you that much. And I started thinking about it. I started really contemplating on, do I want to take this job? And a lot of things, I know what I've been wanting. I did a video on here about motivation and how keeping on the track of what I want. I have my goal. I have what I want to do, which is make games for a living. At least in the sense of where I can make games and be able to work from home making games. So I thought I had the plan and I thought I had everything going well. And, Cody and I have been working pretty hard on this game. And then this comes up, so it's been taking some steam out of me. So how I faced it was I started thinking about like how we all seem to get trapped, and it's like a mental trap. It's something inside of us. It's like programmed almost in our DNA, right? That says we have to work the 9 to 5. We have to get the job. We have to get that security, and we need to go to work. Now, for some of us, that's what it's all about. Like you guys know, I have a 9 to 5 job. I work 7:30, 4:30. I work 40 hours a week, at my job. And that's what I was geared towards. So anything other than that seems weird. Like making games for a living seems weird. Even if I did a AAA studio, it just seems weird because you're like, but I'm having a lot of fun. Is this really the right thing to be doing? So I had this great opportunity and I start thinking about it. And it almost makes me sick inside because I want to do it. And it gives me some flexibility in time, not as much in the sense of like, I'll have a lot more to work on games, so that's a good thing. I mean, there are aspects that, yes, possibly I could have more time, but in the long run, it probably equates to about the exact same amount of time. So I'm already on the path and the edge of what I want to do. So if I took this opportunity, it would set me back, right? It's going to set me back because now I have to focus on the new job. Like I've said before, I'm someone that likes to do a good job, and I want to do well at my job and do well at what I do. So I'm going to naturally work hard to become a, great person at this job, doing my best. So that means I'm going to have to study, I'm going to have to do some things, I'm going to have to take some tests, things like that in order to qualify, get myself up to speed, And I started thinking about it. I was like, why am I doing this? what is it that's driving me to do this? Well, the flexibility, the pay's a little bit better. Well, I'd say it's significantly better. Not like $20,000 more, but quite a bit more. And it's still relatively in the same field, IT tech stuff. But that's not what I want, right? What I want is to be making games full time for a living. So this roadblock gets put in my way, and I have now a path. I have to choose. Do I want to make games, or do I want to try to do this thing? And later on, as I'm coming around the bend of this life journey, there might be more opportunities for games. And eventually there could be even sooner. But like I said, there's going to be a lot of effort in the beginning until I kind of really learn the new role that I'm in. So there'd be a lot of late days learning, studying for what kind of stuff I'll be transitioning to. And it kind of hit me, there's a thing inside your gut, your heart, little Jiminy, whatever you want to call it, that sometimes I think that we're all too scared to listen to, because we're afraid of leaving the comfort zone of what we have, leaving the comfort and the knowingness of what we're doing, right? Like, I love the fact that I know my job pretty well. I go there, I get the job done, I come home, I start working on game stuff. And I have that, and I don't have to think about my job. I can let it go. When I'm home, it's not with me, for the most part. So I get this roadblock, and inside it starts saying, like I said, I start getting sick, and I'm like, this isn't really what I want. I want it. I do want it. But there's something else. And I was like, what is that else? What's that else behind it? Because a lot of times I feel like we kind of cover it because we're thinking so much of like here and the now, what this new opportunity might give us, what we can do with it. So I wasn't thinking about it, and not focusing on that, and all of a sudden it kind of hit me that, like I've talked about in the channel before, I get frustrated when I don't work on the game because it's something I really want and it's something I'm passionate about. So for me to feel fulfilled, I need to work on the project. This job, I would take too much time away from that, so that's going to mess me up in the sense of like, now I'm going to be frustrated because I'm not focusing on that. Yet here I am, though, trying to do a great job at my new job, and I'm mentally like thinking, man, I should be making a game. So, a lot of people, when I talk and I listen to motivational stuff and I talk about other things with other people or read something, a lot of them always say you got to take that leap of faith, and they do that jump, Or if you're watching a story about someone, like a famous person, they're always saying, like, oh yeah, actually I originally went to school for this, or I was going to do this, or I was 6 months away from possibly doing this thing permanently. But I decided to stick with what I wanted and went with my gut and went for it. And here I am now. So that's kind of like what I started feeling. I started thinking, I'm on the edge of taking this leap of faith. I'm already kind of close on the way outs with, not way outs on the job that I have, but I'm on the verge with Cody of getting this stuff done to move on to this, hopefully permanently. I have a good feeling. I think that there's a good possibility that these things can take off, and we could do well enough financially to where we could do it permanently and actually have a studio and maybe hire one of you creative people out there. So I started thinking about it more and more and finding myself, worried that what's going to happen at the end of the day is I'm going to get the job, I'm going to love it, but I'm going to forget about what it is that I wanted. And then it's going to be at a point in time where I might not be able to focus on what it is I want anymore. Or maybe Cody is going to be busy doing his own thing, so he won't be able to program. So then I can do something on my own, which is totally fine. But like, I might not have that drive or that passion to do it on my own, because now what's the fun of doing it? Like, I'm like, I got to do it. I got to do all that work. I got to do this. Maybe I don't want to do all that. Now, there's nothing wrong with making something on your own. I think there's a lot to be said. You grow a lot. You learn a lot. That's important. I try to work on self-projects all the time. But if there's something that I want to do, one of some of the things I said, I love working in creative environment, talking about it. I feel like making a game, you have to get someone hands on it just to give that creative input. So now I don't have anybody really bounce it off of, other than people I could just share it with. So that's not what I want. I want to be doing this. So I'm pretty confident that I think this is what I'm going to want to be doing for the rest of my life. So I'm pretty confident in the sense of I'm going to turn it down. Because I want to take that leap of faith. I want to take that chance. I don't want to go and step backwards from the edge that I'm so close to jumping off of and reaching for the goal that I truly want and want to do forever. Why stop now? And not only that, I don't know if you guys have done this for a while, maybe been making games for a while. But have any of you really got into it? You started making games and then you kind of get out of it for a while. Stuff happens, life happens, it happens to all of us. But it's so much harder to come back, right? It's almost harder. It's like school. It's like, that's why they always say it's so hard to go back to school. It's so much harder to come back. Because now that motivation's just not there. As it was, it's taken me 3, 4, 6 months to really get the push, to actually come in here every day and do something, and work on some kind of part of the project. And not only that, Cody and I have really been working hard and getting these videos out there, doing tip videos, doing all these things. So I don't want to put all that aside now for a while to work on this other thing. So I guess the story is like, life seems to find a way to throw something in your way, some kind of roadblock. And you have to find it in yourself, the courage and the determination to go through it. It's not always going to be easy. It's not going to be something you can just do on your own. And that's why I want to do this video, because I want to let you know you're not alone, and it does happen to all of us. And it's always when you're least expecting it. So, keep going for it. Keep working towards what you want to do. Don't let yourself get caught in the possibilities of what might be. We all do that. The daydreaming is real, and it's supposed to be. I think that's what inspires us and excites us to go do that new thing and give it a shot. But I'm here to tell you guys, we only have one shot to live the dream we want. One of the things that my wife always tells me, you don't want to be on your deathbed and say, wish I would have done this, or wish I would have tried that, or done a little bit more of this, or anything like that. And everybody says that. Tons of people say that, So I'm giving it a shot. I'm going to do the jump and take the leap of faith and go for it. And I want you guys to come along for the ride and stay tuned for more and more creative things for us, because it's coming and we're going to keep doing stuff. We'll probably do a video again later on. And of course, we have that podcast on Fridays. And if you guys have any questions, or if you've been experiencing this kind of stuff and you just want to talk about it, send me, put a comment in the thing. Reach out to us on Discord. Specifically ask for me, because I know a lot of times I'm not on there. I don't look all the time. That way at least Cody makes sure to yell at me and tell me to get on there. And just tell me your struggles. Tell me if you're having difficulty and you aren't sure about to make the push or the leap or the jump or whatever you want to call it. I'm calling it the jump. I'm picturing myself on a canyon, looking down, and I'm just gonna go for it. There's clouds all below. It's gorgeous, and I don't really have a parachute, but sorry about that. But maybe I do, and I just don't see it. It's probably Cody. Cody's the parachute. So yeah, but I just want you guys to keep creating, And like I said, if you have any questions or comments, or you've been through this yourself and you want to share your story with me, that'd be great. Because it's tough. I'm having a difficult time. It's kind of turmoil inside because it's conflicting. Because it's conflicting with what we're told. It's conflicting with the way we're raised. We want that comfort. We want that security. We want that knowing where we're going, what we're doing, have our schedule, get comfortable, retire. I want more than that. I want excitement. I want not knowing, and I want the possibility to be doing what I love to do every day. So, until next time, guys, keep creating. Oh, I gotta do a little thumbnail for Cody. So let's see. Should I do like this, like Which way? Which way? Let me get my other hand in there. Which way do I go? I don't know. This way or that way? It's a roadblock. Who knows? All right, guys. I'll catch you guys later, and keep creating. And yeah, talk to you later. Bye.